Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo with you guys. Should be a lot of fun as we got this first game with a $175 minor jackpot. It won't be available actually in this first matchup because the major prize sits at 53 balls or less, $5,095. And then we got that mega jackpot, $20,000 at 47 balls or less.
Absolutely, and we will be coming to you live on those great Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, on YouTube Live and on Twitch. And on Twitch, both of our channel names on on YouTube and on Twitch are both MegaSota for you guys to search up and go and watch us on.
Absolutely. Let's get ourselves back right here as it doesn't look like as we are back here trying to get after it in these great prizes as we fix those few technical difficulties. We'll see if it sticks. We got to talk about some great jackpot winners as we've been able to give out 18 jackpots over the last 7 days and 393 jackpots so far in this season 16, closing in on that 400 jackpot marker. We could hit that by the end of this week. I actually expect us to hit 400 jackpots by the end of this week. Should be a lot of fun.
That's the goal. Charitable, as we love giving out all those different jackpot prizes to you lucky players. Just yesterday, we were able to give out one jackpot prize as player Bobo was over at Corner Bar Goodhue. They got to take home a $7,204.40. Great jackpot prize there. Congratulations going out to Bobo just yesterday.
A great win for you, Bobo, as we didn't give out another jackpot throughout that awesome day, as we hope to give out a multitude of jackpots today, as we got some great prizes on the line right now, as well as some that will be coming up later up today. And if you want to stay up to date with all the great prizes that will be coming up on your guys' list of great games you'll be playing today, you can do us a favor by giving our Facebook page a like and follow. Just search up Pilot Games and you'll see our logo. Click on that, and by doing that, you can stay updated with those weekly bingo schedules, big progressives, event details, reminders, player pictures, and more. You can also check out the website link on that Facebook page, which connects you to our link tree, which has all the info you need, including a bar locations tab that opens up a map that shows you all the pinned locations where you can play Pilot Games. Our other social media links connect you to our Twitter as well as Instagram, and even more there as well. Just the hub of all things Pilot Games, available on that awesome Facebook page.
Absolutely. Go stay up to date and in the know today. We love having you guys out there being a part of the Pilot Games community, as we have a great place right on that Facebook page where you guys can shoot us out any messages, questions you might have, as we answer you back as quickly as we can. If not, we might just have an avid Pilot player that might have the answer you're looking for. Definitely a lot of fun, so go stay up to date and in the know with us today on that Facebook page.
We are coming down to the final few balls to drop in this matchup, as we'll be seeing an $11 Musco prize go out to Chester over at the Boudreaux's Bar 2. Chester was the first player to get to that one ball away marker, and they're able to take home that great win there. Congratulations to you, Chester. As we now get enrolled into this next game, Minor Jackpot clicking up from 52. Now going to be available at only the 54th ball, as it clicks up to 54 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as we continue to compete.
Absolutely, as we play these great game day bingo games. We play these great game day bingo games each and every day from 12 going all the way till 1 p.m. as you guys have a great chance at going after one of these awesome minor, major, or mega jackpot prizes. Then at 1 p.m. each and every day, you get into your first round at Lucky 4 Bingo that has over $80,756 that'll be growing as you guys get enrolled into that 1 p.m. round. So definitely come on out for Lucky 4 Bingo at the end of this great lunchtime show.
Absolutely. That'll lead into more game day bingo that runs from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. as that you'll get after whatever prizes me and Jordy aren't able to give out during this lunchtime. At 4 o'clock, you guys will then get your second opportunity at Lucky 4 Bingo. Maybe another shot at $80,000 if it didn't go out at 1 o'clock. So should be fun on any of those Lucky 4 Bingo matchups.
That's right, as then at 4 p.m., Ian and I will be back live as we come to you for an amazing happy hour show from 4 to 6. During those 2 hours, we'll be playing through 23 games of Game Day Bingo, where we continue to go after one of these great jackpot prizes and numerous amounts of our games, as we have a ton of cash that goes on out. Then at 6 p.m., you'll play a great round of Lucky 4 Bingo, your third and final chance of the day to try and take home that over $80,000 jackpot prize. But there are 3 times a week that 6 p.m. game is switched up, as you guys can come on out every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. to try your hand at Pilot Payday. It's a 10-cent card during those games, as that always has a prize of $2,500 just waiting to go on out. Make sure you guys come on out for every chance you get to take home some of these great jackpot prizes, no matter the game that's played at that 6 p.m. time.
Absolutely. That'll lead into the Game Day Bingo that normally runs from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. But tonight is a little different because it is one of our fantastic Tuesday night specialty broadcasts, as we will be getting started at 6:40 p.m. with a MegaSota game night. That first game at 6:40 p.m. will be Blingo Bingo. As the first game is always a high-low game in these PGL matchups, you'll be able to take home a great prize in first place, obviously. But in the high-low games, the last place player actually takes home the exact same prize as first place. It's a lot of fun. You'll then hop into some Fishing Derby at 6:55, reeling in that largemouth or smallmouth jackpot. 2 games of Game Day Bingo before you get back to the PGL action at 7:25 with Open Season. Fun little hunting-themed PGL matchup. Mess O Perch at 7:50 as you'll finish off those awesome specialty games with Jackpot Jungle at 8:05, where you will have a shot at $32,226 at 54 balls or less. It is a great time to try and take home prizes tonight at 6:40 p.m. during that awesome MegaSota game night. After that game of Jackpot Jungle, though, you'll head into more Game Day Bingo, which will finish off your night all the way till 10 p.m. Should be a blast.
Absolutely, as there is one other night each week that we interrupt that 6 to 10 time, as you guys can check it out each and every Wednesday where things take a wild turn. At 7 p.m. each Wednesday, Ian and I come live to you guys for a Wild Wednesday that is an awesome PGL specialty night that we get to run that has an amazing amount of tournament-style games that you guys get to get enrolled in, taking home those amazing jackpot prizes and those even better PGL points. Make sure to come on out for both MegaSota game nights each Tuesday at 6:40 and our Wild Wednesdays each Wednesday at 7 p.m. to try and take home those PGL points for yourself.
Absolutely. Plan on coming out for either of those nights, sign up at pgl.world. But as we have players 2 balls away, Daryl right now over the Howling Dog Pub is trying to take home an awesome minor jackpot. No, we'll be moving on to the Musco prize of $9.40. We'll see which one of our lucky players can take this one home as Patriot and El Jefe join up at that 2-ball away marker. We'll see who could be the first player to get to that 1-ball away mark, as there it is, Daryl, who's been leading the charge throughout the majority of this game. First one to 1 ball away. Can they take home the win, or will it be Sliver? It's been a while since I've gotten a sliver, and so I don't want to jinx it. Maybe knock on a little bit of wood. But we got our winner.
That's right, as Daryl over at the Howling Dog Pub gets to take away that Musco prize. $9.40 is getting sent your way in this great game of Game Day Bingo. Stick around in this next round as we definitely have that minor jackpot clicking up even higher. This time it'll be at 56 balls or less as it closes in on $200, so stick around and continue to get enrolled. And when you talk about a sliver, are you talking about a splinter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to double check. I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, for sure. Have you never heard it called a sliver as well?
No, I can't say that I have. Maybe in the context of there's a sliver of something stuck in my finger, but never that like, oh, I've got a sliver, you know?
Yeah, no, you don't refer to it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. Great stuff there as we get enrolled into this game. Moving on to our next National Day, we have our first National Day to talk about, as we have National Say It Now Day. Say It Now Day is a day to tell friends and loved ones how important they are to us by expressing gratitude for all the ways they impact our lives. With the year winding down, it is a perfect time to show gratitude to those around us for all they have done during the year.
Absolutely. I think there is no better time to show gratitude than in our current moment. It is definitely a great one, as you don't want to miss out on the opportunity to express your gratitude towards your loved ones, as you never know what tomorrow holds. And so making sure to say it now is definitely a super important one on today.
Absolutely. Show that gratitude, as I know that, a lot of it is thought of to be unsaid. People know how you feel. But even if they do know how you feel, it is just great to get that verbal validation from the people that I'm sure they care about what your opinion is, and so I'm sure they would be very happy to hear that you are grateful for whatever impact that they have made on your lives throughout this past year. A great one to be able to highlight as we round up just about a week away from Christmas.
That's crazy. Sneaking up on us.
It really is sneaking up on us very, very quickly. Is it exactly a week from Christmas?
A week from Christmas Eve today.
Yes, a week from Christmas Eve. All right. So definitely a great time to start sending out that gratitude and enjoy the Christmas cheer.
Absolutely, on National Say It Now Day. Up next, we have National Maple Syrup Day.
Ooh.
As you get your flapjacks ready for our National Day on today, December 17th calls for an order of pancakes, French toast, or even biscuits topped off with butter and some delicious maple syrup.
Absolutely. A great one to be able to highlight, a staple for those tasty, sweet breakfast meals. And it's a great one to be able to highlight. I am a with maple syrup. I think the best thing with maple syrup is waffles. Waffles, they are perfectly made to be able to hold your maple syrup, and so it doesn't get all over the place, isn't too messy, doesn't cover the entire plate then. And so that's why I'm a big fan of the good old maple syrup and waffles.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a super tasty one on today. I gotta say, I am a little partial to just the classic pancake stack with some good syrup over the top. It's not one I necessarily reach for every time I have pancakes, but when I'm out at a restaurant getting pancakes or a special occasion like Christmas if we had pancakes, I would definitely splurge and go for the maple syrup.
Absolutely. I love it when a restaurant, breakfast place has like specialty maple syrups, and you can try maybe a spicy maple syrup or something along those lines that can really up the ante when it comes to or a berry-based kind of maple syrup.
Absolutely.
You can really enjoy those.
And if they had heated up their maple syrup, that was something that my grandpa used to do, and it was absolutely delicious to put on top of our pancakes.
For sure, yeah. I used to love it. I used to do it strictly for the fact that it had a microwave that when you stick the bottle of syrup in, it would then change to hot. It would go from just a plain microwave to saying hot in the microwave, and I really enjoyed that, and so I do that as a kid, even just because I was like, ooh, look at it change, and I thought it was so fun.
That's so funny.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not
with
really.
it?
But...
Really? Okay. You must have not been. Yeah, you probably didn't heat up your own maple syrup all too often because you're not a huge maple syrup fan. We do have Bing over at the American Legion Monticello taking home $10.90 on our Must Go prize. Congratulations to you, Bing, as we now get enrolled into this next game with a minor jackpot clicking up from 56 to 58 balls or less. I think Bing might be like my third favorite search engine.
Really? I never use Bing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not a ton of search engines that I would say is like.
I'm a Google Chrome ride or die.
You only know Google.
I really
for search engines.
Well, I used to use Yahoo, and then
yeah, that was my number 2, and
yeah.
then Bing comes in at number 3 for me on search engines, which means I never use Bing.
Yeah, no. I grew up on Yahoo. Yahoo is what I used through most of my life. But then once Google Docs and like Google Chrome got introduced into our classrooms in high school, I never looked back.
Yeah, I've always been a Google person, and then
yeah, I'm a Googler for sure.
And then I think my grandparents had a Yahoo search engine, and so I used Yahoo a little bit there. I think I went to a few schools in like middle school that Yahoo was the search engine of choice. I do remember one school when I lived in Ohio. Bing was the search engine that was used.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the other one? Firefox? Is that one? What is that?
That is like a web. That's like a internet. I don't know. It's different than a search engine.
Okay.
Because that's like Google Chrome.
An extension that you download.
Yeah. What's the one with the E and the swirl around it?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, all those different kind of like access points to the internet. I don't know what they're. I forget what they're called. I'm not.
We're not educated.
In tune with the lingo of the computers. I just use them every day. We got 15 seconds to get enrolled into this game number 4. Make sure you guys don't miss out. But we were talking about National Maple Syrup Day. And it's a great one to be able to highlight here on today. So
Absolutely, as we've only discussed how they aid in sweet breakfast items, but I gotta say, the maple syrup has really migrated on over to dinner recipes as well, as I know a lot of people who use it, whether it be a vegetable glaze on their carrots
Ooh.
or Brussels sprouts. I've seen maple syrup used. I have seen it used, maple syrup in a kind of a sweet chili chicken marinade. I've seen it
Okay.
used in. There are many, many ways that just even a hint of maple syrup really adds to savory foods
Yeah,
as
I've seen it be
well.
used as a mix-in for barbecue sauce.
Absolutely. Baked beans, you can't go wrong. A little bit of maple
Like
syrup, it's just a
like we nut. Well, as we continue to get balls dropping, what's your favorite breakfast item that it usually calls for a maple syrup, even if you're not a user of the maple syrup usually on it?
I'll just go classic stack of pancakes.
Classic stack of pancakes.
You really can't go wrong.
I gotta say that's like the least on my list. I would go French toast.
I knew you were gonna say French toast, so I
Then
didn't say it.
then the
Waffle.
then maybe the pancake comes in there, but I'm sure. I mean, honestly, the number one thing I love is a good
Sausage.
French toast
Oh.
stick that I can then dunk into like because do you remember, was it McDonald's that had the French toast sticks that were really good?
Just remember it was like a school lunch thing.
Yeah, I remember it was Burger King or McDonald's had French toast
It might have been
sticks.
Burger King because I never ate there.
Yeah, and those were one of the best things that were ever invented because they had like their own little like sauce like thing that you could stick it in kind of deal, and it made it super easy to be able to dunk your French toast sticks. It was a great.
I thought you were gonna
breakfast.
say your sausage links.
I do.
That's where I thought you were going with the
I
whole dipping of
do.
something into syrup.
I do like a sausage link in some syrup, but I can't say that it gets into the like French toast stick category. That's I feel like a
Hard category to breach.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, happy National Maple Syrup Day as we move on to our final national day.
The Wright Brothers Day. By President proclamation on December 17th, it's Wright Brothers Day, and each year a proclamation invites the people of the United States to observe this day with appropriate ceremonies and activities.
Before we get into this day, we do have our minor jackpot going out. $225.50 going out to Mikey Mike over at the Old Piper and Blaine. Congratulations to you, Mikey Mike, in this awesome game. As we now get enrolled into this next matchup, as that minor jackpot reverts back to 52 balls or less, but the Musco prize that sits there at $20.30 will continue to grow for a fun double Musco matchup.
That's right. Congratulations once again. So get enrolled into this next game as we can continue talking about how today is Wright Brothers Day, as near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, Orville and Wilbur Wright made the first successful flight in history of a self-propelled heavier-than-air aircraft on December 17th of 1903. Orville piloted the gasoline-powered propeller-driven biplane, which stayed aloft for 12 seconds and covered 120 feet on its inaugural flight.
That is kind of hilarious that it was only 12 seconds that it was in flight. But
hey,
still,
they got it airborne.
it was the first flight. A man became airborne on today. Definitely a cool one to be able to highlight, as flight has always been something that has captured the imagination of people, and so it's fun that we get to highlight the first flight on today, as well as just the Wright brothers and their amazing invention that they got going on today.
Absolutely. And I see we have a museum here in Michigan that illustrates a lot of the aerodynamics and engineering that went into the first plane and then on into different models. And I find it so fascinating, those biplanes that have the like nooks that you stick your feet into on the wings. And so you can stand on the wing of the plane while it flies.
Oh, yeah.
that was something I always wanted to do as a kid. As getting to see that, I was like, that is the coolest thing that you could possibly do with a plane.
Yeah, that does seem really, really cool.
And then I just thought about all the bugs that would fly in your face, though.
Yeah, that does. And you don't got any kind of
I'd need to have a full face thing.
yeah, one of those like motorcycle helmets kind of deals
Yes.
to be able to make
I
it.
feel like you should probably have that on either way if your body is outside a moving plane. But
Kind of in like a spacesuit kind
yeah,
of ordeal, and you'll
just
just be
try and be as padded as possible.
and you'll just be all good. That's great stuff. We are now in this game right here. Let's see what that double must-go prize is looking like, as we already had $20 built into it, and you guys have added to it as you got enrolled, as it sits now at $32.80. Should be a lot of fun as we get players getting after it right here. But Wright Brothers, awesome on today. They make it so that I can visit my family multiple times a year, as they live all the way down in Florida, and so being able to fly down and be able to see them with relative ease is awesome, and we celebrate them on today.
Absolutely, as this bred numerous innovations in the world of plane dynamics, and so it's awesome that we get to celebrate the Wright brothers on today.
Yeah, not to also mention that we also now have the ease of being able to get products from other countries and from even across the giant country, which is the United States, to be able to transport those products through flight makes it easy, quick, and you can get stuff that maybe you wouldn't have ever imagined beforehand.
Oh my goodness. I mean, from the world of agriculture all the way through the logistics of travel with different merchandise, the plane has brought numerous things with ease in our day and age, and so we would not be where we're at without the Wright brothers.
Absolutely. We'd never be able to get good seafood in Idaho if you didn't have good planes. Probably shouldn't trust it anyways. We got 8 balls away for some of our players as we do move on to a little bit of Minnesota Vikings news as they move on to 12-2 on the season.
Their spot in the playoffs is secured. The Minnesota Vikings delivered a primetime performance seeped in those ingredients that frequently fuel postseason success. Aaron Jones and Cam Akers had touchdown runs in the second half to contemplate an unrelenting defense, and the Vikings forged a tie for the first place in the NFC North on Monday night after beating the Chicago Bears 30-12 for their 7th consecutive victory. The Vikings, who are now 12-2, who clinched a spot in the playoffs with Seattle's loss to Green Bay, caught their big break when Detroit's 11-game win streak was stopped by Buffalo earlier this Sunday. It was going to be incredibly competitive down to the stretch, Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell said. We're going to have to play well and continue to improve, chasing our best football. Justin Jefferson had 7 catches for 73 yards, among them a touchdown from Sam Darnold in the first quarter that was set up by Jonathan Greenard's sack and forced a fumble on Caleb Williams.
Great stuff. We do have not a cat. I don't believe you for some reason. And Carrie Paul splitting up $32.80 on that must-go prize. Congratulations to both of our winners as we now get rolled into this next game with that minor jackpot. Clicking up from 52 to 54 balls or less. This should be a fun game number 6. Yeah. Claiming to not be a cat is exactly what a cat would say. So, no faith there that not a cat is not a cat.
You're not convincing anybody.
You're for sure a cat. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled. But back to our Vikings. Yes. As Jerry just broke down that awesome game for us. And it was a fun one. 30-12 in that matchup. Very impressive stuff. We honestly should have blown them out by even more than that. If anybody was there along with me during the first half of that matchup, we were set up for touchdowns multiple times, and even one of those didn't come away with any points because we ended up throwing an interception in the red zone. And so We should have absolutely blown them out of the water. Not that we didn't. I mean, we won 30-12. That's a pretty dominant victory. But we should have even had a larger victory than what ended up happening. We should have headed into halftime up 27-0 or something around those lines because of just how dominant we were, especially on the defensive end, consistently setting up great field positioning for our offense. As I think the first drive that the Bears came out on, they got stopped on fourth down in Bears territory, setting up a easy quick field goal to put us up 3-0. We then got that great fumble recovery as well, and then also was able to stop another fourth down attempt by the Bears to give ourselves another decent field positioning, still in Vikings territory, but it was near midfield, which was very impressive stuff. So defense was the star of the show in that matchup, which was fun after seeing a game where offense was the star of the show in that game against Atlanta. I feel like it was our defense that really won us this game against Chicago. So if we can bring those two together to play a fantastic game, both side by side, that's where you get into some special stuff where maybe we'll be competing late into the playoffs. But not to look too far into the future talking about playoffs, even though we did secure our spot, as we do have another matchup this Sunday.
That's right, as this Sunday we're going to be going up against the Seahawks at 3:05 p.m. on Sunday. Should be some very exciting stuff. If you guys want to come on out and show your support, go and check out the great E-Tab game that we have teamed up with them for, Vikings Victory. You guys can check it out wherever you play Pilot games, and even check out that Skull bonus round, where all you need to do is pick a lucky letter and end up taking home some huge prizes along the way. It's a lot of fun and a great way to show your support.
Absolutely. We love a little Vikings victory action. But we also love game day bingo action, as that's what you guys are competing in right now as we play. And as you play through game day bingo, you're earning points towards the game day bingo standings. We have a very competitive season standings for players and locations. Currently, the players have two sets of ties that we're excited to see who's going to be separating themselves in these games.
Absolutely, as kicking it off with a tie recently formed in 9th place. It is Mike at American Legion Brooklyn Center and 6'9" T-Bird at the Lookout Bar and Grill, both in 9th place, both with 101,000 points. 108,000 points for 8th place, Jer Bear at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill, while a tie was formed in 6th place between Fast Eddie over at the Hiller's Last Call Liquor and Yags 370 at the Sidetrack, both with 111,000 points. 116,000 for 5th place, Viddy at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley, while 4th place is Maggie at the Heartland University with 120,000 points. 3rd place is Brother Nate at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville with 185,000 points. 216,000 for 2nd place, Mimi at the L&M Bar. And in 1st place, it is none other than Call Me Jen over at JR Mac with a whopping 428,000 points on this season.
Great job to JR Mac and all of those great players that have been earning so many points while playing game day bingo action. Before I get into the location side of these standings, we will probably see in this Musco prize go out in the next few balls.
That's right, as there it is. Bones at the Benton Station is getting to take away $16.50 on this great Musco prize. Congratulations going out to Bones. We'll have that minor jackpot. Click up to 56 balls or less getting into this next game. Make sure to get enrolled. You definitely don't want to miss out on any of the great cash prizes we have here.
Absolutely. As I now hop into the game day bingo location standings, 10th place is the Old Piper in Blaine with 183,000 points. With 198,000 points in 9th place, we got Danny's Dugout. As 8th place is the Lookout Bar and Grill with 208,000 points, as the Sidetrack sits in 7th with 238,000 points. With 257,000 points in 6th place, we got Riverboat Depot, as VFW Spring Lake Park sits in 5th with 281,000 points. With 286,000 points in 4th place, we have Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville, as 3rd place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 312,000 points. With 315,000 points in 2nd place, we have the L&M Bar as our number 1 location, sitting with 513,000 game day bingo points. It is JR Mac.
Nicely done to all of our locations, getting helped out by our prime time players choosing to play there each and every day as we run numerous amounts of game day bingo throughout each day. You guys get to come on out, take home these great cash prizes, and get to help out the location you choose to play at as well. Make sure you guys don't miss out on any of the great game day bingo we have, as it'll be coming at you live for a large portion of your day. Just about 40 seconds before we get enrolled into this very next game, with that minor jackpot at 56 balls or less at $58. We have over $20,000 on the Mega, sitting at 47 balls or less, and that major jackpot prize over $5,000 at 53 balls or less. Super exciting stuff as we have some awesome cash prizes on the line.
You could also find some really great cash prizes while playing our eTab games as well, as we have over 70 different shareable eTab games that you can play anytime and win huge prizes up to $1,500. These games feature low bets ranging from 50 cents to $5, which include exciting bonus and free play rounds as well, as me and Jordy will be highlighting some of our favorite eTab games.
That's right, as I will be highlighting an awesome eTab game, Winter Wolves.
Ooh.
It is super fun. It is chock full of wolves and great cash prizes. It's a lot of fun, and you guys should definitely go and check it out wherever you play Pilot games today.
I'll be highlighting one of those awesome eTab games that are themed after one of our Minnesota sports teams.
Okay.
And that is the one that is currently in their off-season, the Minnesota Twins.
Right
As
on.
we teamed up with the Twins for the great eTab game, Twins Win.
Oh, yeah.
You can check that out wherever you're playing Pilot games at. I
That's
love your
right.
hype, man, right here. Wherever you play Pilot games, pick out a lucky batter in the Home Run Derby bonus round. See if you can choose some great prizes.
Oh, absolutely. Go and check it out today. I was like, what's so funny?
You just consistently, yeah, pick them. Great. I loved it.
If there's anything I'm here for, it's just the enthusiasm.
The enthusiasm. I feed off of it. We are about closing in on 30 balls dropped in this game. And as we work through this game, we do have a bunch of movies that came out on today throughout history.
That's right. Starting it off in 1982, we've got the movie Tootsie.
Absolutely. I can't say I've ever seen the movie Tootsie. Have you?
No.
Yeah, this is a comedy romance starring Dustin Hoffman and Terry Garr. It's also got Bill Murray, Jessica Lange, Gina Davis, Sidney Pollack, and others. This was actually directed by Sidney Pollack, who also did works such as Out of Africa, 3 Days of Condor, and other popular works as well. But
Yeah, he worked on Eyes Wide Shut is probably the biggest thing he was known for. But yeah.
91% on Rotten Tomatoes, so a well-received work. Maybe something I need to add to my list, as this follows a actor, Michael Dorsey, is a talented professionalist who is so hard on himself and others that his agent can no longer find work for him. After a soap opera audition goes poorly, Michael reinvents himself as actress Dorothy Michaels and wins the part. What was supposed to be a short-lived role turned into a long-term contract. But when Michael falls for his castmate Julie, complications develop that could wreck everything.
Absolutely. That's a very interesting concept. I wonder if he plays like a cis-born woman in his reinventing of himself, or
Yeah.
if he's
Yeah, I don't know.
But, well, really well received. Go and check out Tootsie on today. We've got Dangerous D over at the Shooter's Saloon and Eatery, taking home $18. Congratulations there on that must-go prize. We have about $60 on that minor jackpot that's just clicking up into this next game at 58 balls or less now. Super exciting stuff. Continue to get enrolled.
Well, we have another 90+% on Rotten Tomatoes, as this is released on today in 1993, What's Eating Gilbert Graves. This is very early work for Leonardo DiCaprio, as well as Johnny Depp as well. Big cast there. It's also got Mary Steinberg and other fantastic actresses and actors within it. But it is definitely an emotional watch.
Absolutely. I had to watch this in AP Psychology in high school, and it was my first time ever watching this film, and I cried like a baby in front of my whole class, and that's totally fine. It was really well warranted.
Absolutely. It definitely is a tearjerker that makes you feel for all the characters, really, within it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, released on today, 1993. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Let's get on more of the fun side of movies that we got on today.
Well, in 1999, we've got Stuart Little released on today, the classic mouse adventure tale.
Yeah, I will never get over the fact that when I found out the book was that he's not a mouse, he's just a really small
Mouse-like human.
mouse-like human that's covered in fur. Absolutely
Weird.
changed my viewpoint of this movie, but really,
I think they took the correct creative liberties in the movie.
absolutely to just make him straight up a
Can you
mouse.
imagine? Like a
Would be
small
horrible.
miniature mouse boy.
Would be horrible. Would be horrible. But it's super fun. I think the cat in it, played by Nathan Lang, is fantastic. I thought he was hilarious. Snowbell. The Stuart Little's voiced by Michael J. Fox, and Gina Davis and Hugh Laurie do a great job as the parents in it. And George Little, Jonathan Lipnicki, also fantastic.
Absolutely. Steven Zahn is Monty. I love Stuart Little. I was a big fan of these two movies. I had the computer game, which was so much fun. Yeah, this will always have a special place in my heart.
Is this the one with the ship? Where
I
they
think the
do the
second,
boat race?
no, second one's where they boat race.
I thought the second one was maybe I thought
Oh, it's airplanes.
airplanes in the second one.
Mhm.
Yeah, very very fun.
'Cause
Both
the
of
bird they rescue.
yeah, both of them were super super fun watches.
Oh, I remember. That was like the first plot twist betrayal I think I ever experienced.
Oh, yes yes yes.
I really think that might have been the first one I ever watched.
I can't tell
Like
you
the biggest
for sure.
like childhood me gasping at the TV.
You were like, no, no, it can't be.
She can't be in cahoots.
Yeah. Oh, just crazy stuff
Yeah.
there. Well, Stuart Little released on today in 1999.
Wow, we were pretty spoiled in the early 2000s for our movies coming on out.
Oh yeah yeah yeah.
We had some good stuff.
Next up, released on today in 2003, we have Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Obviously, huge cast: Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Carl Urban, Andy Serkis, Ian McKellen, and the list goes on. One of the best, maybe the best fantasy movie series of all time. One of them coming out on today.
Absolutely. Maybe give this one a watch on today. Super, super fun. Just fully immerse yourself in the world of this. It's a very fun one. It's definitely one that I need to sit down and just watch through the entirety of the universe.
I was just literally thinking recently that I was like, man, during the post-Christmas winter month, January and February, I might try and set myself a goal of watching one a week. Kind of thing of watching the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies as well, because it's gonna.
I've never watched the Hobbit movies. I've watched the Lord of the Rings movies, but
Hobbit are great as well. They're
it'll
also
be hard.
good.
I feel like people either love the Lord of the Rings as like obviously you have to pick one or the other if you're in the fandom. What's your favorite? But I do think that Lord of the Rings will always be my favorite in comparison to the Hobbit.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think it'll ever take the cake.
I always think of them as the same thing. Like I don't feel like there's sides to be taken on it. I feel like they're just they're all part of one grand story that's really well done. So I'm a big fan of the entire series. We do have our winner here.
That's right, as Richie at the channel in Warsaw takes home that must-go prize, $23.20 going on out to you. Congratulations going on out to Richie. Make sure to get enrolled into this next round, as that minor jackpot will be up at 60 balls or less. Super exciting stuff getting into this next game.
As we move into our next movie released on today in 2004, we have Spanglish, the comedy romance starring the great Adam Sandler.
Yeah, this has Tia Leone as well as Paz Vega, Cloris Leachman, and more names that come together for this work. I can't say that I have ever seen this.
You haven't?
No.
I just assumed that you had, since I
I
assume
knew
that
you were going to say
I
that,
assume
but
that
no.
every Adam Sandler movie that you've watched, at least at some point, as your dad loves Adam
We've
Sandler
had this
movies.
conversation. You've had to show me other Adam Sandler movies before.
Yeah, yeah, but that's more current Adam Sandler.
No, you showed me Wedding Singer.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you didn't see
Yeah,
Wedding
no, there are
Singer.
plenty of Adam Sandler
Did
movies I don't watch.
Did you watch 50 First Dates
I had as a
before?
child, but it was like my first time watching it coherently with you.
Yeah, yeah, and that was surprised me as well, since you're such a you love. I don't know if you love Drew Barrymore as an actress, but I know you love Drew Barrymore as a personality, so I was surprised. As we move on to our next movie released on today, in 2009, we have Yes Man. This might be the first thing I ever saw Zoe Deschanel in. No,
Hmm.
Elf was. Elf was the first thing I ever saw her in. But this was the second thing where I actually recognized Zoe Deschanel for, because she looks like Zoe Deschanel, where in Elf she looks nothing like she does in all of her other works.
Yeah, I remember watching this at the time, and I don't think I've watched it since.
No, Jim Carrey you got in it as well. Those are kind of the two main people in it. Um,
Yeah, he's just kind of in a rut, and he decides to have a yes day. I think it's like a book or something he sees that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the power of you just saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
He gets a job promotion, finds a new romance, but he finds that too much of anything, even positive thinking, cannot necessarily be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fun lesson. I think it's one that I
Is this the
definitely.
one where he serenades the man on the side of the building? It's like, step out from that ledge, my friend.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. Oh my gosh, that's
Crazy. It's like the only thing I remember from this movie. It was so out of pocket, and it definitely retained in my memory.
absolutely, absolutely. That doesn't surprise me. That's what's stuck in the memory, because
And
that's
the way Jim Carrey sang the song as well. But good stuff. Yes Man coming out on today.
yeah. Next up, we got released on today in 2010. We got Tron Legacy. I think this one's underrated. I really enjoyed this movie as a kid. Super super fun
Is
work.
this the second one?
Yes, this is the second one.
Is there only two?
Yes, there's the original Tron that came out in 1982, and this is the sequel to that Tron. Wait, there's a Tron Next Day that came out in 2011.
No, it's like a 10-minute thing.
Oh, okay, okay. Probably just the production of Tron Legacy. But yeah, this one then follows that, starring Garrett Hedlund. You also got Olivia Wilde, Jeff Bridges, and other great actors and actresses. The effects in this one were so cool, and I really enjoyed it a lot.
I've never watched a Tron movie, and I would very much like to. I feel like it just missed me, but I feel like the mechanics and the vehicles and everything I would have found really cool at the time when it came out, and I wish I would have experienced it back then.
For
But
sure, for sure.
I definitely got to watch it at some point.
It's definitely worth the watch. Tron Legacy, released on today, 2010.
Well, up next, just 4 years later, in 2014, we have The Hobbit: The Battle of the Five Armies.
As we get two of the Lord of the Rings stories of in here, as this one stars Richard Ar-
Armitage.
Armitage, Martin Freeman, Evangeline Lilly, Ian McKellen, Luke Evans, and other fantastic
Lee
actors
Pace, obviously. Yeah.
and actresses. Super super fun work. I enjoy these movies a lot as well. These were ones that I got to watch in theaters, so I thought was definitely added to my love of it, as The Lord of the Rings were just a little too early for me to watch in
Yeah.
theaters, because it would just I was too young
I
to
don't
be
think you were
able to
alive
watch.
for the first one, but
Yeah, I might have not even been alive for the first one. But these ones I got to watch in the theaters, which added for my love of the Hobbit movies.
we do have Sliver over at the Melrose Bowl taking home $32. Congratulations there. Make sure to get enrolled into our next round as we have that minor jackpot now at 62 balls or less. Super, super exciting stuff. Definitely get enrolled. One last thing about The Hobbit is that main actor, Martin Short. No.
Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman. He, in his role as Bilbo Baggins, the hair color, I don't know the character design, what it is, but it takes me so, like, Bilbo Baggins and Martin Freeman are two different people in my eyes.
Really?
Like, I can't identify Martin Freeman and Bilbo Baggins when I look at him. He's a different person.
I could get that. I can understand that.
And I had no idea that they were the same person until we had talked about it, because I knew him from Black Panther and his role as the American agent.
Yes.
And Black Panther, and he was like, yeah, it's crazy that he's Bilbo. Or you said something along those lines a couple years ago, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I had no idea, and still to this day, I can't discern that they're the same person.
Yeah, it makes sense that you can't discern it when you haven't seen the the works. So that makes a lot more sense. Because
I've just seen clips of him like running through the chaos of Lord of the Rings.
If you watch the movies,
out, and I'm like, you're not Martin Freeman. You're a different person.
There's way too many face shots for you not to know that that's Martin Freeman if you actually watch through the entire movies. But I can totally see, because his look is very different from the normal.
And I feel like, I don't know, he's got like fuller face features as Bilbo than he does.
He's much younger than what you know him as.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but great stuff.
Crazy.
Hobbit released on today. As we move on to our final movie released on today, Spider-Man No Way Home, a fun action sci-fi work that came out on today in 2021, starring Tom Holland, Marissa Tomei, and Zendaya, but also adds in Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Willem Dafoe, Jamie Foxx, Tom Hardy. You also got Thomas Hayden Church, Alfred Molina, as well as Jon Favreau, Reese Ifan, as well. Just everybody from the entire Spider-Man universes, from Tobey's Spider-Mans to Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and they bring it all together for a super fun movie. This may be one of maybe my favorite standalone Marvel flick outside of the Avengers movies. I don't. That's a tough task.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I really enjoy Captain America: Civil War. That's up there in my list.
That's definitely top 3 for me.
But this one might be my number 1. I could be.
This is like top 5 for me, but
I really enjoyed it, just because I grew up on all these Spider-Mans.
I understand,
being such a huge fan of Spider-Man as a character, this just scratches so many
of those itches,
of those great things that you wanted out of this movie. And it's probably the last Marvel movie that I truly just loved while being in the theaters watching.
110%. They have really fallen, my fandom for Marvel has fallen off since this movie. 110%.
Yeah.
This was the peak of the last 4 years of me catching up and watching all through Marvels. And yeah, since then I've had a really hard time keeping up with the stuff they've been putting out in the last 3 years. But yeah, this was a great film. If you guys like Spider-Man, you absolutely need to watch this movie.
Yeah, and it got 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's a very high score for a Spider-Man movie.
Well done movie.
For sure.
And it pays homage to so many of the Spider-Mans, like you said. It's scratching those itches. And there are so many scenes that you see parallels between all the different universes and how they are paralleled to each other, as they are all Peter Parker, but they have different outcomes of each.
Yeah, this is the one where I feel like Tom Holland finally got that really amazing standalone movie where
it really solidified him as Spider-Man for me.
Where the first two I felt like weren't as good, like Spider-Man: Homecoming and Spider-Man: Far From Home, were two movies that felt a little lacking to me for being Spider-Man works, where this one was just everything you wanted and more. So really, really fun one released on today, as we do have a winner here.
We got Call Me Jen, Norkists, as well as Bob. All 3 of them get to split up $180 on that amazing minor jackpot prize. Congratulations here. Make sure to get enrolled into this next round of game number 11 we're getting enrolled into. as $41.30 is getting tacked on to a double Musco prize. Stick around and continue to get enrolled.
Well, that was a fun list of movies that we just got to cover as we now move into this next game of Wild Theme Game Day Bingo. And as we compete in some Wild Theme action, we might as well talk about our Wild as we ended up losing to the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 on Sunday night. Still sitting at 27-4 on the season, one of the top teams in the NHL so far this year. But we were not able to get the win, even though we had a final minute of a huge advantage where they were called for tripping. So they had one guy put away. We pull Jeff Wallstead out of the goal and throw in another offensive player to have a 6-on-4 advantage. But we just couldn't capitalize, ended up losing in that tight matchup. But we have a fun little opportunity to bounce back tomorrow.
That's right. At tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m., we should be going up against the Panthers. So hopefully we can get a win swinging our way. And if you guys want to show your support for our Minnesota Wild, go and check out the great ETAB game that we've teamed up with them for. Let's Go Wild. You guys can play wherever you play Pilot games and even check out that Slap Shot bonus round to try and take home some huge prizes for yourself.
Absolutely great stuff. Also, you guys should be coming out tonight at 6:40 p.m. for some great prizes available in our MegaSota game night. If you plan on coming out for that awesome PGL special night, you should become a member of our league. To join our league, simply sign up at pgl.world. And as a PGL member, you'll compete for points and get exclusive insider info. Plus, we've got a monthly newsletter that's packed with tons of awesome info that you won't want to miss.
That's right. We love seeing all you guys come on out and sign on up. We want to highlight all the players who have already been competing tooth and nail each PGL specialty night to try and take home those amazing PGL points for themselves. 10th place, coming in from unranked after last week, we had Radar. They play at the Third Crossing Bar and Grill, now sitting with 1,297,195 points. Getting pushed back from 8th into 9th, we had Mad Dog at the Benton Municipal Liquor Store. They now sit with 1,348,760 points. Getting pushed back from 6th into 8th, we've got Keese over at the HR Pesties. They now sit with 1,357,954 points. Moving on up from 9th into 7th place, we've got Jim P. at the Third Crossing Bar and Grill. They sit with 1,367,300 points on this season. Getting pushed back from 5th into 6th, it's Drumsky at the Underground Bar and Grill. They now sit with 1,443,930 points. Moving on up from 7th on into 5th place, we've got big-time player Rakuda. They play at the Devo Sandbar and currently sit with 1,461,990 points. Now, staying put in 4th place, we had Sloppy at Malone's Bar and Grill. They now sit with 1,567,124 points. 3rd place is Nellie's Bar and Grill. They sit with 1,581,070 points. 2nd place is Bazzy Blings at the Wheelhouse with 1,623,675 points. And the only player in the 2 million point club leading the pack in 1st place, it is none other than Hermie over at the Atomic Star Tavern with 2,094,560 points on the season so far.
Great job to you, Hermie, and all of those awesome players that have earned so many points in this season. Now on to the location side of those standings as you guys start to finish up this game. 10th place, it's the Benson Municipal Liquor Store in Benson with 1,545,790 points. With 1,697,400 points in 9th place, we have the Wheelhouse in Anoka. Over in Gilbert, we have Devo Sandbar finding themselves in 8th with 1,709,990 points. With 1,761,264 points in 7th, we got Malone's Bar and Grill in Maple Grove. As our 6th place location is Brian's Bar and Grill in Stillwater, with 1,814,010 points there. But before I get into our top 5 locations, we do have a nice double must-go winner.
That's right, SC Burr at the Winners in Sartell takes home $69.80 on that double must-go prize. Congratulations going out to you, C. Burr. We have one final game of Game Day Bingo, so you guys absolutely need to stick around and continue to get enrolled, as Ian would highlight the top 5 of those PGL location standings.
Absolutely. 5th place is the Blue Bricks in Mankato with 1,881,615 points. As you move on to the 2 Million Point Club, 4th place is the Boulevard Bar and Grill Coon Rapids with 2,165,600 points. With 2,275,210 points in 3rd place, we have the Atomic Star Tavern in Mankato. As 2nd place is the Underground Bar and Grill Mankato with 2,498,965 points. But the number 1 location over in Frazee, sitting with 2,720,595 points. It is the Third Crossing Bar and Grill. Congratulations to all of our awesome locations, having a blast on those Tuesday and Wednesday nights.
Well, no matter the time of day, you guys are having a blast playing Pilot games. We'd love to see it. So whether you're holding up a giant jackpot message, your favorite ETAB game, or you just having fun with your friends playing Pilot games, snap those player photos and send them directly to us. You guys can share those player photos with us onto our Facebook page, onto any of your own social media pages with that hashtag Pilot Games, or you can even email them directly to us at jackpots@pilotgames.com. We love showcasing you guys, whether it be in our enrolling screens, in our commercials when we're off air, or on our social media pages. We love seeing all of you guys have a blast playing Pilot games, so snap those player photos and send them our way.
Absolutely. As we finish up our awesome lunchtime here, we would like to give a quick shout out to anybody who was born on December 17th. Shout out to you guys as we shoot some luck out to you as you compete through these awesome Game Day Bingo games on your birthday. And as you get through this final game, we're going to quickly cover a few celebrities that you share your birthday with.
That's right. Starting it off in 1945, we've got Ernie Hudson, the American actor from Ghostbuster and Weeds.
Many other things as well. A fantastic actor. As we move on to another great actor, that's going to be a common theme in this list. A lot of actors and actresses born on today. 1946, we got Eugene Levy, the Canadian comic actor and writer from SCTV, American Pie, and Schitt's Creek.
Absolutely. We love Eugene Levy, the eyebrow. Happy birthday to you. 1953, we got Bill Pullman, another huge American actor. He's from Summersby, League of Their Own, Independence Day, and so many more. He's from Dumb and Dumber. I mean, the list goes on.
Working actor that's been in just so many different things.
Yeah.
Next up, we get a little deviant from the list. 1971, Nikki McCrae, a American Women's Basketball Hall of Fame guard, was a WNBA All-Star in 1999, 2000, and in 2001 for the Washington Mystics. Was an ABL MVP in 1997 for the Columbus Quest, and Olympic gold medalist in 1996 and in 2000. Then went on to continue being in basketball with coaching Old Dominion and Mississippi State.
Very cool. Happy birthday to Nikki McCrae. Up next in 1973, we got Rian Johnson, the American filmmaker who did Star Wars The Last Jedi, as well as movies like Knives Out. Really, really talented filmmaker.
Big fan of that first Knives Out, so
Completely.
Big fan of your work. Moving on to a great actress, as we have the American actress born on today in 1974, Sarah Paulson from Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, and American Horror Stories. I most know her for American Horror Stories, where she just absolutely kills it.
She's a scream queen.
Yeah.
Really awesome stuff. Love Sarah Paulson. A little jealous that you got to read her out on today. Happy birthday to Sarah Paulson. Up next in 1975, we got Mila Jovovich. She is the Ukrainian-American actress from The Fifth Element, as well as primarily known for the Resident Evil series.
Absolutely. A very iconic look for her. She's got that dark hair, very sharp features.
Absolutely. And now we're getting to see her daughter in acting as well. And she looks
Really?
exactly like her, as she even played a young version of Mila in the newest Resident Evil.
That's awesome. Next up, we're on today in 1978. We got Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino boxer, only fighter in history to win 12 major titles in 8 different weight divisions, and a lineal championship in 5 different weight divisions.
Wow. And finally, in 1994, we got Nat Wolff, the American actor, singer-songwriter, primarily known for the Naked Brothers Band. Big fan of him in his Nickelodeon days.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have Call Me Jen taking home our final win here over the Bennett's Chop in Railhouse. Congratulations to you, Call Me Jen, our #1 game day bingo player, as we now get after in some Lucky 4 bingo. As we let you guys loose to play some more great games, we do have a fun player spotlight to go over.
That's right, as Bob Track 6 over at Eagles Mankato took home a whopping $58,350. And while playing over at Eagles Mankato, they support Eagles Airy 269 Mankato. They aim to improve the community operated via charity and social efforts for members and non-members. That's an awesome charity they supported while playing, and stick around and remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.